Hi, my name is Hadzikadunic. I played in the Toronto Regionals this past Saturday, and I got 6th place playing Azamina White Forest. I ended up losing in round 5 and 9. Overall, very happy with this deck. Performed exceptionally, 43 cards. And yeah, shoutouts really quickly. Shoutouts to Hakuna Maideta. Shoutouts to my locals, Game 3 in Oakville, and Untouchables. Shoutouts to all the boys, Derek, Darian, Hamza, Kareem, Uncle Yusuf, Mert, Emad. Shout out to Luca for helping with the side deck. Shout out to Chair. Shout out to Josh and Tanbeer. Everyone else at locals and all my friends. Thank you for supporting me. It means a lot. Thank you all. There's a lot of games and not a lot of time. So yeah, and final shoutouts to Stanley and Steven for letting me drag them to the event, and also to the U of T CGC for being the best card game club in Ontario. Cool, so let's get on to profile. So I played 43 cards in main, starting with the main deck. I played 3 Sylvie, it's your best normal summon. Search a spell trap on summon. It has a tag out effect in the grave, super good. Played 3 Elzet. It's your other best starter. It is a level 2 extender, which is great. Use it in basically all combos. It adds itself back from the grave on your opponent's turn. Super great. Play 3 of it. Please don't play less. And then I play the 1 Azamina Elzet. The effect to search symbol spoil when synchroed off is really great for your combos, but also the effect to fuse for an Azamina is super underrated and people don't really expect it sometimes. So yeah, it's like super flexible. You only really need 1 because you can search it very, very easily through a lot of different ways. And yeah, I also play the 1 Lucia. You don't really want it to come up, but in case your Sylvie gets hit or you need like another way to keep pushing with a level 4 tuner extender, this is the way to do it. Sometimes it draws you a card, which is cool, so it can like fix some of your really bad hands by like trying to top deck out of it. Yeah, I like this card personally. Some people don't play it. I think it's okay, but I like it a lot. Next we have 3 of the field spell. I don't know why you'd want to play less of this card, to be honest. The only reason is like one of these is terraforming for thrust. Otherwise, I think 3 is correct. You want to max out consistency. This deck is extremely consistent with the way I built it. The dark block is okay. I play some cards that make my board super good under the dark block still, so I can still do fusions on the opponent's turn. Yeah, just play 3. You need at minimum 1, but I think like anything less than like 2 plus terraforming or 3 is like really, really strange. I don't know. This card is like super great. Play the 1 Tails, the Symbol of the White Forest, and the Woes for your White Forest searchers or your search targets. This is just a rota that resets itself. Pretty self-explanatory. This is a resettable that can be used if you have a Fiend, Illusion, or Spellcaster to either special one of those hits from your hand or fuse for anything. Use it in some of your combos if you don't have extra spell trap fodder. And also it can simplify your lines going for game or just to keep extending. And then the Woes is your I'm going to play around Droll, or I just need to search a trap off something for some of your other effects. Also, just being able to proactively book a moon is super broken against a lot of the decks right now. But yeah, this card does get sided out a decent amount versus the fusion decks, but it's still like okay. Next we have 3 Wanted and 3 Black Witch. I think any less is kind of insane because there is a bridge to turn Black Witch in any discard, not just a monster and a discard, into full White Forest combo. Assuming you have no other spell traps. I'll show it at the end super quickly. Yeah, max out on all these. Dark Magician's Destruction is a crazy ass card, and it puts so much pressure on your opponent. So definitely max this all out. And then to go with the Witch, we have the Betrayal and the Subversion. This is a hot red that also can installate some of your cards, your Diabellstar and Sinful Spoil cards. It also just being a named trap is super important in some of your lines. And then Subversion is mainly there for patterns. It's also a breaker, and it also makes your matchup into stuff like Caesar way better, and also Radiant Typhoon to some extent, because you can go like Witch Set Subversion, try and force something from their board. They usually MST this in advance, but now you can make Dark Magician Destruction since the spell is activated. So yeah, I like this card. It also outs Secretarion, which can be a problem sometimes. You're usually okay, but if you have to start with Witch, you like kind of have some trouble. So it's just another out. Deception, Hallowed Debtors. You still go for Deception off of Azamina is that in your field spell start lines. And you just go Deception, Tribute, grab Debtors. You also do it under your Fuelos. So now you have a way to fuse on your opponent's turn for the Omni. Definitely play this card. These two are like super self-explanatory. These are fine cards to draw. Every game I've started with Activate Hallowed, my opponent is just sitting there, just unable to do whatever they wanted to do. So this like Droll or Impulse or whatever, it's just forcing stuff immediately. It's super good. Some of the best cards in the deck are these four. I mean, people say it in all the other profiles, but these cards are just absolutely crazy. This protects everything. This is a pop and then special from extra. And these are like the two ways to get into the engine. This is like a pseudo breaker going second, but kind of not really. And then this card is obviously part of the combo, but it has a really good on-field effect if you can set it up by having another trap in rotation for Vengeance. It just blows up all your opponent's attack position, or not attack, blows up all your opponent's face-up cards. And that's just obviously really strong in some matchups. So whenever I was able to end with Curse on the board, I would do that by adding it off the Synchro-based. I play Dark Magician Destruction, so I play Gaze Timaeus. I also play Magician's Souls. This card is extremely vital. Please play this card. It makes Black Witch a combo on its own. If you do not play Black Witch, you are not comboing. You're ending on double Omni, and you can still lose the game. Because you don't generate much in terms of follow-up, except for like Hallowed Azamina. But that's not enough sometimes. Please play Souls. It can also draw cards, which is cute, because it can reset yourself. Nanjin, Fua, good card. Ash, stops Perulia, stops Rahu, stops Flame, stops Sting, stops Zero Tag Out to Pop. Overall, just really good card. 3 Droplet, kind of like the best breaker right now. I didn't like it before in this deck because you didn't have enough card economy, but now I think you do to warrant playing it. Yeah, crazy card. You can add it back off the Synchro-based. And then Called by Talent Thrust. These two are self-explanatory. Thrust is here for patterns, but also because you have good thrust targets in your main deck already. And even if you don't, like if you get stopped and you have another way to keep going by sacking off for cost, you can go Thrust for Tails, set Tails, and then you can sack it away with one of your White Forest effects or like Magician Souls, and then the Tails will reset itself, and then because of a new copy, you can activate the card. So that's like a really cool interaction you can do. You can also like set talents and try and add it back later to Synchro-based, so your opponent like will get hand ripped without even expecting it really. Really good cards. Thrust performed quite well for me. Talents and Called by are just like crazy one-ofs. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. Extra deck, 4 White Forest names, no more, no less. This card has protection on it, if you know, you know. Double Piercing robs games, add back anything, and cheat out a guy. And then Poplar is a quick synchro. Poplar is usually making Vengeance Dragon. It can scale a guy from field or grave in the main phase, and then during the battle it can pop a continuous spell, and it can pop another monster. So it's really good, helps go for game. It's also one of your main ways to interact with the grave. Chaos Angel. This deck is like always making light dark. Super good, hard to out. Can trigger some of your effects. Really good card. Azaminas, we play the Searcher, the Omni. Morogina, I think, has to be played in this deck. It helps you push for game, it revives stuff. It also forces out a bunch of cards. Saint Azamina, Broken Floodgate, reflects battle damage. Them not being able to target their own stuff is super annoying for a lot of decks. When it comes up in that way, it's kind of just winning the game on its own. This card has like so much pressure attached to it because some strategies stop working. I also played the Kaiju. This is partially for Lunalight, partially just for going for a game out of nowhere. It makes Saint like something you have to deal with because as soon as you get to open game state, you can Kaiju something, and then you can go like Mo or Regina, reborn the Saint to just do normal battle crashing. This has destruction protection. That's alright. The effect to reduce stuff's attack and then prevent zero attack monsters from activating hasn't come up, but it's there. Really good at pushing your game. These two alone in this game. Yeah. D-Mod, I think this deck abuses this card the best. You always went through which anyways. It's just free. It's a level 8, so you can make Chaos Angel. Searches a spell or a monster, so sometimes you need an extra monster for Deception. Sometimes you need a spell for sacking or for Dragooning. This card resets your White Forest cards, which is great. It's also an Omni. It's a big idiot. It's hard to out. Yeah. And then Chorozo, use this for a combo off of Black Witch. If you don't play Chorozo or Souls, Black Witch does not combo anymore. So you have to play this card. And then last card is SP. The last slot's either like the Zaylin Synchro 7 or SP or Doom Dragon. I don't think the Synchro 11s are very good right now or like are good enough. SP just forces stuff. It outed anti-spell for me, which is great. I think I lost that game otherwise. Just decent card. SP is SP. And then for the side, I play a Stellar Scourge, Sinkeeper, Subdual. These are my main going first sides. Stellar is the best starter under Perulia. You can search off field spell, you can do stuff with that. You don't main it because this is the worst card going into a board, and it's also just really bad into most of the interactions that like can hit it. So like Impulse or Ash or like 5 mana before you activate it is like really bad. Scourge is a hot red that can reborn an illusion by attributing a White Forest Synchro for cost. If you just attribute any Synchro, it just negates the card. Yeah, super good. And then Sinkeeper and Subdual. Subdual just gets the Sinkeeper. It can also get to your White Witch. This card is absolutely broken. Both players must set spells and traps before activating them, so any quick play or trap that activates from hand just doesn't work. Pen scales also don't work. Wins you a lot of games. And you can set this up on turn 1 if you want, but you only do that against certain matchups. Mainly like Super Poly and Droplet matchups. Rest of the side, Thrust DGG. Second Thrust is the second Thrust. This is like the Floodgate that wins you games. Good cards. 2 Imperm for VSK9 and Dracotail mainly. I needed more cards for those matchups, and it being a trap is also really nice. Also has Secretarion and Caesar. 3 Perulia, I should say. This card's really good. 2 Droll, same thing. More coverage. Performed quite well. And then the last cards are Magruus. These cards were okay. I didn't really know what else to put in these slots. It was either like Evenlies or like something else, but I wanted more stuff for Azamina Yummy, and these felt like the 2 best cards to do it. So yeah, they were okay. And yeah, that's the profile. Thank you guys for watching.